There's little polls you can enter. You can tell us what you want us to talk about. It's a really fun, lighthearted show all about music that's much, much better than the crap you have to listen to today. A really fun podcast, and it starts March 2nd on Apple Podcasts. Please check it out. It's a lot of effort goes into making this show really entertaining for you guys. And you can hear me talk about some of my favorite music that is very nonpartisan and very it doesn't even sound like me because I'm happy for the whole hour. So yeah, check that out. Apple Podcast March 2nd. Thanks. Sorry, Gord. Gotta pay the bills, man.
Yeah, no, I get it. Did you hear that the Justice Department has added new criminal charges against Huawei?
I did. You know what? I listened to that about 10 seconds before we went on the air. Everything from fucking racketeering to killing Kennedy, I think they're trying to pin on her.
Yeah. They're a scheme to steal trade secrets from competitors in America. They're still trying to use the whole surveillance equipment sold to Iran.
She kidnapped the Lindbergh baby. She put fluoride in the water.
She was the reason slaves started.
She single-handedly started slavery. She put the bop in the bop shiwada bop. She did everything you guys don't like. They are not going to stop until they tear this woman down. And they're going to get her for something. She fucking turned right on a red in Montreal in the 70s or something. They're going to get her on. I can't believe, just fucking relentless. It's just that American way where if they just decide they don't like somebody, they're just going to push and push and push until they fucking get them for something.
They haven't gotten Trump yet.
No, and you know why? Because he won't release his taxes. They even got fucking Al Capone on his goddamn taxes. And Trump is going, nope, you're not getting my taxes. They will get him on something. And this poor woman, I don't even know at this point. She could be evil. Maybe she released the fucking coronavirus, for all I know.
It's quite possible.
This could be a response. There hasn't been a direct link between Huawei and the coronavirus, but the timing is a little odd.
Yeah. Do you know how many Canadians are in Chinese jails right now?
Not a clue. I focus only on the two, and I don't know about any others. I'm completely ignorant to that. Does that make me a terrible person? Yes. Yes, it does.
No, it makes you a very atypical Canadian because we actually don't get this information released to us very often. But apparently there's 129.
Now,
we have 129 citizens sitting in Chinese jail that they refuse to release any of them for any reason. Does not matter what they're in there for. They're just, including those two, they're not giving them up for nothing.
Now, I'm not going to take a very pro-Canadian stance on this. Sorry, friends and neighbors. Of that 129, I'm going to venture some NASA math here that 50% are probably incarcerated for a legitimate reason.
I think you're way too low.
They did something illegal in China, and they're in jail. Like the drug dealer who fucking got caught 3 fucking times or whatever. So NASA math, half of them are there for a legitimate reason. So I don't care about them. They did something wrong. So that brings that number down to, let's say, 65. It's actually 64 and a half, but if there's a half a dude in a Chinese prison, I'm not worried about him anymore either. So that 65 people I care about, take the 2 Michaels out of the equation because they're fucked. We're at 63. So 63 people in a Chinese prison for probably Googling shit or whatever they looked the wrong way when the army was walking down the street or something fucking stupid. This whole Canadian we don't negotiate bullshit that keeps getting people beheaded in the Middle East. We need someone in some delegation who doesn't give a fuck about selling China wood or fuel to go over there and discuss this shit. And Gordon and I talked about it a year ago where I was very pro-China and trying to figure out why we can't get these two guys some help.
And Gord was very anti-China and said, nah, never going to happen.
Why are we not addressing this? Why is our government... I don't hear anybody on either side of the Canadian government saying they're going to do something about these 63 people that Eric gives a shit about.
But they have. They've said, China, you guys have these guys. Shut up, Canada. Okay.
Yeah.
You want some money?
No,
that's the conversation.
Yeah, but that conversation hasn't occurred in quite some time, to my knowledge. When you were making an issue out of it, and I was trying to downplay it, that was the last time this was brought up, to my knowledge. Anyway, I don't hear anyone in Canada going, hey, before we...
It was just brought up when they went to fly the people out. It was brought up again to have to release any, especially those two, but any of the Canadian citizens that are sitting in jails in China. They said we want them released and brought back, and once this whole thing blows over, you can have your prisoners back. And China said no.
Yeah. This should not be a negotiation in the, we'll give you some prisoners if you give us our prisoners. This is not that kind of a negotiation. This is, we're not going to fucking sell you shit anymore until we get our 60 people back. No more investing in Canada. You can't do that. Or, something like that. Okay, Chinese businessmen, guess what? All your fucking visas are revoked until we get our 60 guys back. That's an easy thing to do. That's like a Harper tactic. Get Harper on this file. Just call him up and be like, dude, I need you for a couple weeks. Me and Beard were talking, and we think you could handle this, Steve. What do you say? Get and start. Just take anything away from these people. No Chinese people could go to Metrotown until we get our 60 guys back. You'd have them back in an hour and a half. They would fucking fire them over here in a goddamn missile if you did that. Real simple. Chinese people, you can't go to Burnaby until we get our 60 dudes back.
Now
they are on Xi Jinping, what's the fuck's his name? Xi Jinping's fucking private jet. Drinking champagne on the way here, I promise you. The Chinese people don't want a fight. They really don't. They can flex their muscles and make their big army look big in China. The Chinese people who are here and investing here, they don't want to fight us. If we flexed a little bit of a tricep and said, oh, look at our muscles, they would run and hide. Do it. Show them that we can't be walked all over. Say no. No more dim sum until we get our 60 people back. No gung hei fat choy. None of that shit until we get our 60 dudes. And they would send them instantly. They would send them immediately.
Yep.
It's disgusting that we don't do anything about it. I get we don't negotiate with terrorists. That's fine. That's a good... I think it's a bad standpoint because every time you say that, they fucking behead someone on a video right in front of us and show it on TV. By the second or third time that happened, you think we might go, well, maybe
we should rethink this.
We're just going to spend that money on $16 orange juice anyway. Why don't we stop this guy's head from being chopped off? That would be a nice thing. But, oh, no, we don't negotiate with terrorists. Shunk! Second one, I'd send some cash. Just saying. Fuck. And that's how we're going to get famous one day. Gord's going to sharpen one of those fucking knives for them. You know that, right?
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Gord's gonna sharpen one of those knives, and they're gonna be doing one of those videos, and they're gonna just before the Allah Akbar, they're gonna go, Gord, sharpen this, boom.
Special shout out to Gord's Little House of Sharpening.
And it's gonna be like the cleanest cut ever. It's just gonna be like,
but you know what?
Just gonna fly toward the screen and smile.
I will be praised internationally because it won't be any sawing motion.
No, not at all.
One slice straight through, painless death.
And like I said, the head will fly at the camera, and the head will fly straight up toward the camera, and there'll be a smile on the guy's face. That felt good with Gord's blade.
The terrorists will be pissed because they're like, what the hell?
God, I wish I was better at animation. I would fucking love to make that commercial for you tonight. That would be so much fun. Shuk Allah Akbar. Gord is great. I wonder how close Gord is to Allah in Arabic. Like Allah is God, so it's like Al-Ar Gord or something. So I'm gonna look that up.
We'll take a look at that.
So we can figure out what Gord is great in Arabic and sharpen some machetes for it. Start negotiating. Stand up and negotiate, Canada. I don't know if I made that point.
Yes, science.
Pardon me. Eric, you have your computer in front of you?
Always.
Good. I would like you to type in this name for me and put some images up. I'm going to tell you about a gentleman.
All right.
And folks, if you're listening, play along.
Please be George Foreman. Oh, that Candace Owen is fucking gorgeous. Sorry.
Okay, the name is Ryan, Ryan.
If it's Reynolds again, I'll be happy and annoyed.
No. Joseph, Joseph.
Like the Bible.
Kind of. Last name, Dash, Dash. So we're quickly looking at that. Ryan Joseph Dash, 32, was charged on Tuesday with aggravated murder because killing a man in North Ogden, Utah. He killed the guy because he claims that the guy had threatened him, even though Dash had previously assaulted this guy's brother, which led to the threat. So, like, literally, the guy caused the whole thing. He's a really pretty individual. You have his image up by chance?
Not yet. I got a different Ryan Joseph, and I don't want to talk about him.
Okay. You gotta bring this fucking guy up.
Oh, yeah. Hey, that looks like the guy that was going to do my tattoo. Actually, he frighteningly looks a lot like the guy that was going to do my tattoo. It's not him, but... there's a picture of him all shaved up here where he looks nice.
Yeah, well, does he still have all the facial tattoos on him?
Oh, yeah, but under the beard, there's his whole chin is tatted up, and there's a whole bunch going on under that beard.
Well, not only is this guy up for murder, but he has been in and out of prison since 2008, and in 2014, he was charged with murder. He was charged with assault after authorities said he stabbed his cellmate 11 times. And ironically enough, on January 14th, he was put on parole. 1 month later, less than 1 month later, he murdered a guy.
I'm starting to think this guy might have a problem with murdering. Utah man charged with murder 1 month after prison release. Now it's Utah, but as Gord so kindly and very intelligently pointed out, in Canada, our parole board is making worse decisions than this.
Yeah, at least this guy's only known for killing his cellmate. We're letting out people who kill just like girlfriends.
Like I have no problem with prison murder. I think it should be allowed. I think prison murder, I don't think it should be encouraged, but I think it's just the means to an end. I think in prison they should be allowed to do what they deal with people how they deal with them. And if a few dead prisoners, it saves us $100,000 a year, I don't give a fuck. Really, why are we paying for homicidal fucks like this to live comfortably? it blows my mind. They should have to kill and eat each other to survive, in my opinion. Especially pedophiles. I think pedophiles, we should have a special